Sweet. Wish granted. Opponent disconnected. Oh no. Come back, Nephilim. Oh, there we go. So I thought about splashing in the deck, and the Zenthos Malice engine along with the Dread Banner, I really just don't think it makes it necessary for the card advantage anymore, and I don't think you really need the counters. I don't think Verdict of the Ancient Kings adds enough to be worth the addition and the lack of consistency in the shard base. One of the things I really like about this deck is that all the shards always come into play with a temporary resource, so you're just like never missing a beat like you do when you have the two shard decks a lot of the time. Swing and a miss. The question is, if he plays a Crusader, do we Rockcast it or do we Hero Fall it? Probably Rockcast it for the sake of efficiency. Likely gonna Giant Corpse Fly next turn. Hey, Subtolution. Afternoon to everyone. Once upon a time, I was of the opinion that the Blood Sapphire deck, the Blood Splash Sapphire deck that I was playing was just a strictly better version of these mono blood control decks of old, but I think the fact that they now have this Zenthos Malice Dread Banner engine changes that dynamic, in my opinion, of that. Yeah, Sato, the more I watched her play your deck, the less good it seemed. It really just had a hard time keeping up with a lot of things, it felt like. I love Giant Corpse Fly. Not all the versions of Mono Blood play this card, but I really like it. It's just like a good value card. It's a 2-1 that like always gets a 1-for-1 out of them if they have cards in their hand. And like this card's gonna apply pressure to our opponent here, assuming they don't have another Crusader. Croc's a little annoying. Yeah, actually, let me grab it. Check this out. So, I'm actually going to block here, and the reason why I'm blocking is I want to play this other Giant Corpse Fly out next turn, and I don't want him to be able to croc both my Corpse Flies away. Definitely leading on this over Vampire King. Vampire King is a little bit more resource efficient, but I want to just make sure I get cards out of my opponent's hand. We actually aren't playing Monsoon in our deck. Some of the versions play 1 to 2 Monsoon, but I'm not playing any of those. There's a rabbit. So next turn we get Malice plus Dread Banner going, which is nice. He probably doesn't have an answer to either of these in his main deck. I guess he could have the Scrounge Idiot, right? Yeah, the Pawn of Yakuzan. Comes into play and destroys something. Hey, Danoari, long time no chat. The raffle video hasn't gone up yet. I have to do some editing. Matt had a bunch of extra crap at the beginning and the end, and I just haven't had time to edit it. I'm an idiot and agreed to teach 2 classes this semester, so my Monday through like Thursday afternoon is just like super slaughtered all the time. Underworld Crusader. That's annoying. What am I doing here? Immortal with the 613 sub. Half a year. Welcome back. Huh. Am I killing this? I think I'm just malicing here, actually. I'm still at a fairly high life total. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and pay for him and put some eggs into his deck. Especially since we're going to start drawing. Yeah, that's perfect. Let's just go ahead and sacrifice this and gain 2 life. This engine is just so dumb. Honestly, I kind of want to be greedy and get a little bit more value out of this. Greed is good, right? So, like, if I take... If I take a hit for 5 here, I go to 15, and then I can pay 4 twice, or pay 2 twice, and go to 11, and then extinction next turn. Yeah, that seems fine. And we have Hero Fall in case any of that changes. Speed and ramp. Oh, he's playing... Oh, he's playing Horrors of War, I think. I think this is still fine. You can take a ramp. Putting a bunch of eggs into his deck long term is pretty good against the Horrors of War deck. I think he's playing the Horrors. Well, I guess I don't know that for sure. He's got a bunch of Crocs in his deck. So he'll have 12. Each of these puts 4 eggs into his deck. The fact that this card does something else on top of everything else it does is just so good. So we're going to end up going down to 9, so we took an extra 2 from this, but that's fine. Horrors is going to hurt. I don't know if it's actually going to hurt that much. Like, we have Malice and Dread Banner going. And he's got a bunch of Spider Eggs in his deck. Like, we gain life off of this exchange, so... Sacrifice the Spider, gain 2, draw a card. We've got a bunch of threats, another piece of spot removal here to follow this up next turn if we want. He draws some cards with 12 spiders in his deck, so there we go. We get a spider, which we can then sacrifice to draw cards and gain life. I guess if he goes Shard Horrors for 4 here, that's a little annoying. But if he doesn't have it exactly this turn, we're in a good spot. Activating his champion power is a bold move too, with 12 spider eggs in his deck. Okay, look at that. There's a bunch of spiders. Would not be surprised to see him Croc here. Stomp, stomp, roar. Eat 2 of the spiders. Each of these represent 2 life on a card, basically. So let's go ahead and sacrifice this, gain 2 life, draw a card. Hopefully we hit a shard here. Perfect. Let's play this out. We'll go ahead and we'll Arachnophobia him. Opponent discards 2 cards, he gets 2 Spiderling Eggs in their deck. Hey, easy. What's the shard base in my version? My version, I'm playing 22 Blood Shards and 2 Crackling Vortexes. There's links to my deck list below the stream. What do I want to do here? Part of me wants to just, like, pass with this Hero Fall. I think I'm just passing with the Hero Fall. I'm going to go ahead and Hero Fall this Underworld Crusader before blocks, because he's going to draw cards and we might hit a spider to block this Crocosaur. Alright, did not. That's fine. Down to 8. Howling Brave. Okay, so I don't think he's on Horrors of War. I don't know. It's tough to say. The ramp is just good on its own. I don't think you necessarily need Horrors of War for the ramp to be good. Oh, he's got multiple of these? That's good lord. Yeah, so this comes into play and he gets a Shin Hair and a Ven back. So probably gets like Exarch of the Egg and Ramp Rabbit back into play. Neo with the host. Welcome, folks. Thank you for that. Having that post-combat is strange. Alright, would like another extinction here. So let's sacrifice this, see what we get. Spiderling Egg of his. Okay, so we're getting kinda dead here. I think I'm gonna play this Vilefang Emirate and pass the turn. Just hold the Hero Fall up / sack Spider, draw a card. Hopefully hits a Spider Egg out of his deck. Rats. So we've hit 3 eggs out of his deck and we've put 14 in there, so there's 9 eggs and 37 cards right now. That's annoying. So we'll sack the Vilefang Emirate here. Huh. So he attacks to everything here. Continue to defend. I have to go block here, and then if I sack this, I'm only going to 12, and I'm taking 13, so I have to hero fall one of his guys. Let's do this, and then we'll hero fall his Hierophant. Then we get 2 draws next turn at a second extinction. I'm taking 8 here, down to 2. Fortunately, 1 resource sword of being able to sack this to gain 2 and draw a card. The deck that I'm playing right now is a pretty reasonable control deck. Oh, crap. This dice, create a seed pod for each point, put this into play. Alright, well, step 1 is draw extinction. Let's see if we do that. Blood Shard. Are we dead on board? If I play Vampire King and chump here and play Princess and chump here, we're going to 9 and we're taking 10. That's unfortunate. Right, we block those 2 and we gain 3, 5 and go to 9, and then we're taking exactly 10. So, yeah, alright. We'll take our own way out. Unfortunate. Need another extinction on our top whatever number of cards there. Closed coffins seem excellent. Gemborn Prowler, excellent. So it doesn't seem like he has Might Singer in his deck, so Rockcast doesn't seem particularly good. Oh, I could hit a spider. Oh, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, Durf. There were 9 spiders in 37, or 11 spiders in 37 cards. Yeah, I shouldn't have conceded we could hit a spider. Yeah, woof. Okay. I think I'm going to cut the corpse flies. They seem fine to trim. Actually, Vilefang is not particularly good. Let's cut him and bring in a corpse fly. Let's do this. Yep. Yep, you're right. You all are completely correct. Rip delay. It's been a while since I played with spiders in this deck. Hey, Ace. Well, we started off game 1 by conceding with outs in their deck. Still getting used to that again. It's been a while since we played with spooters. Might have been a little bit too liberal with my life total as a resource that game. Very possible. Steel Intel seems reasonable. Maybe. I mean, like, they don't have any super powerful cards. I guess taking, like, a Crusader's medium. I don't know. I don't really want to bring it in just because they have, like, good cards in their deck. That kind of logic is, like, it's just, like, you main deck it. It's more like when they're creating, like, really busted cards, like prophecy effects and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I have to mulligan that. Sans medium, it's a keep. I wonder if he's having connection issues. The timer went all the way down there. And they disconnected before the start of the first one. Yeah, the Gallows Gas are speed and intimidation. Just like the Identikit CCS list. This on 1. Pass the 10. was a fantastic draw. Just a nice quality 2-drop that we get to play here on 2. Hopefully he doesn't have turn 2 Crusader. Alright, not a turn 2 Crusader. Sweet. So, Vampire Prince, every time it hits our opponent, it takes the top card of their deck and flips it over into their crypt. And if it's a shard, that shard turns into a Bloodstone and comes to our hand. He has the ramp. So, we're definitely using Arachnophobia next turn instead of Giant Corpse Fly, because I don't want to get my Prince plus my Corpse Fly Crocosaur, ideally. Or if I do, I want them to be able to hit a couple of times first here. And then we're going to hit him with the Prince before we play a shard, so that way in case we hit a Bloodstone. Oh, that's a good one of those to have, especially when he had a hand where he's just like vomiting everything out like this. Okay, so we hit a Rabbit into his crypt. We'll play Arachnophobia here. He loses 2 cards, and then he draws a card, so this might not have 2 cards to hit, so he might save this for later. He banned Resource Cottontail Explorer. Hopefully he only plays one thing out here. Rats. So if he only played one thing out here, the second Arachnophobia would just be a savage beating. You have the Seed Pod. That would be pretty good if so. This says break permanent resource when it dies, create a Seed Pod. So now I have to choose between... I guess I need to see if I had a resource first. Okay, we haven't hit a resource yet. Let's go ahead and hit with Vampire Prince, see what we find. Have a chance to draw a shard off of his deck since we missed on ours, and we did. So I'm going to play this Bloodstone out because I'm definitely not playing Vampire Princess out this turn. We'll go ahead and we'll do this. And I think I want a Corpse Fly as opposed to Extinction here, just because I'm guaranteed to get a card out of his hand with this. Ooh. Pawn's a good card to get out of his hand. And hopefully he just like draws a troop here that he can play, and he can play. We can just Extinction it. If he doesn't draw a troop that he can play, we can just Arachnophobia it out of his hand. The people discussing the ladder on the forums are it's just mind-blowing to me. They just don't seem to understand that they're playing against other people and it's not static. I'm just so confused. Alright, let's just attack with all these nerds to start, hit them for 5. And I think I'm playing this as opposed to this. We'll see. Let's see what we hit here. So no Bloodstone for us. Part of me just wants to play the Vampire King and go to town here. I think I'm going to do that. Because like we've got 7 points of flying power in the air here. Okay, sacrifice Corpse Fly. When's the next Paper Modern stream? Monday. The next open is Modern, so we'll be playing Modern for that. I think I'm just gonna Hero Fall this to hit my opponent here. So, yeah, I'm just going to Hero Fall the Death's Head Raider here so we can hit for 5 in the air. Yeah, I agree. I don't think the ladder right now is perfect, but I think the reason the people are complaining it's not perfect on the forums is mostly for selfish personal reasons. Like, a lot of the people talking about that the ladder needs to be different, I feel like they're coming from the area of the ladder's not benefiting me directly right now, so it needs to change. It's not even just that, Immortals. I understand where he's coming from. Just like my spot at 15th, I don't really feel encouraged to play to buffer my spot. Like, even if there was even just the incentive where, like, the play draw for the tournament at the end is based on your ladder ranking, like, that's interesting. Like, so if you're first in the ladder, the only person you don't get guaranteed on the play against is the person who's first on the limited ladder or something along those lines. This seems very good. Got Malice into Corpse Fly into Extinction or Hero Fall into Extinction. This card's super powerful, just like it's just the purest of 2-for-1s, especially on turn 3. One of the things I'm really hoping they do, so people talked about, you know, possibly bringing back constructed gauntlets, and I'm in the opinion of the camp that constructed gauntlets won't work competing aside the free ladder because there's a lot of people who just won't play it because they'll be losing money. But I think if what's it called got introduced, if they introduced a second format in like Immortal, I think that's the perfect opportunity for a free ladder to exist. Or for not free ladder, for constructed gauntlet to exist alongside the free ladder. So this card ramping him's kind of scary. I think I'm just going to Hero Fall this. Yeah, I'm just going to Hero Fall this and take him out. Did not get one out of his hand, which is, you know, meh, that's fine. I could have just Arachnophobia'd and then Extinctioned next turn, possibly, but this is a really good reset button. I really don't want him to get another resource out of it. Gets his Ramp Rabbit back. 3-4 bad hits. Hits the one he wants. That's rough. Well, now he's going to get some ramps out of this. I don't think we're playing anything else out here. Crusader, sure. That's pretty good. Well, let's play this. And then let's play Close Coffins. Let's do this, and then hopefully he doesn't have a Destroy All Constants card in his hand, because that would be real bad for us. So Close Coffin's a card that's seen a ton of play. It's whenever an opposing troop would die, you void it instead, and then you void all copies of that troop from their hand and deck and hand deck and. Hand, decks, and crypts. Sweet. So we're going to take 7 here down to 11. And then I think I'm actually going to wait one more turn on this. That's probably greedy, right? I could just play Giant Corpse Fly this turn. And then if he has removal, I'm taking 8 down to 5. Yeah, I think that's fine. Hero Fall is too good? No, I think Hero Fall is interesting because it makes it imposes interesting deck building requirements on what other people are doing in the game. This card encourages you not to just jam 4-ofs of everything into your deck. Now, Horrors of War would be game-ending here. We'd definitely just lose the game on the spot, which might have been reason to extinction. Although I guess it gets rid of all the things he has in play too, so. So he might take us not to play anything last turn as us shard. Shard would have been nice there because then we could have used Malice to sack this and extinction. So that gets rid of all of those. So long. Goodbye. It actually makes this Gemborn Prowler a lot worse because all of his socketed things are voided now, but you know, whatever. Rough life. This card, much less good when Closed Coffins is involved. That's kind of an interesting gem to have on it, though. I don't think I've seen anyone put that gem on it before. Huh. Fentio, that's also kind of scary. Oh, it does turn on Gemborn Prowler, you're right. Sweet, good call. I didn't even think about that, I'm so dumb. Let's void that. Hero fall this. Play a shard, attack for 1. We're actually running kind of short on things to do here. Thankfully we've got an extra draw starting next turn if we need it. I guess this can block too. If he's got his Seedborn whatever though, we're kind of in trouble unless we hit a hero fall. Hopefully he just got a bunch of removal in his hand and we can Arachnophobia it out. Yakuzan, what has he got in here? Just Crocosaur back next turn. What does this do? Oh, that's the random one. Okay. So what is that doing in your deck? Gallows Gas. Let's go ahead. Gallows Gas, Closed Coffins is not a combo. Vampire Princess. I think I'm playing Gemborn Prowler out because it holds his 3-2 at bay. That seems fine. I could Phobia him, but that doesn't seem particularly good. If this thing dies, Gallows Gas will be large enough to then block its Crocosaur, which is nice. Hopefully we just find another... Ooh, that's really good. Maybe I should have Agoraphobia'd him, Arachnophobia'd him. Okay, bricked on that at least. Oh, they were all bricks, so that's nice. He gets a Howling Brave in there, though. For to play the deck without Vampire King, what would I add instead? Maybe another Vilefang Emirate, possibly another Gallows Ghast. Another Arachnophobia maybe, just generate some value. Where my extinctions at? That's not an extinction. So I could Hero Fall this. I could just Hero Fall this too. Like he won't come back with Yakuzan because it's gonna get voided. So I think I'm gonna do that because there's definitely a bunch of Crocs in his deck. Maybe even one in his hand since he drew a bunch. Nope. Wow, only one extra Croc? Interesting. So our goal here is to survive until we hit a second extinction. That's what we're looking to do here. And he's probably not going to extend out too much more, just because of the risk of extinction at some point here. So he's just going to... Oh, he's attacking. Sure, block. And then this dies and gets voided. Maybe he thought he could get it back with that, and that's why he did that. Draw, gain a life, gain 2 life. This Gallows Gas is getting larger every time we lose a guy. think we're gonna Arachnophobia here. No, Arachnophobia is actually not very good because it lets him get it back with Yakuzan. So I guess I'm gonna Vampire Princess and then Vampire Prince. We know he doesn't have a Croc in his deck because it's gotten taken out by Close Coffins. If he attacks with this, I might offer the double block here, just like buffers our life total. Even if he has a removal spell, we still like gain 2 and then we gain another bit from that. All right, so if he has another one of these, he's definitely playing it out. So we need to hit an Extinction or a... Okay, no attack. Sure, that's good for us. Yep, some chunk blockers here. Hero Fall, sign me up. Actually, let's start with this. And so I'm actually going to play a second Closed Coffins out here, just in case he has a Nature's Reigns in his hand. I don't want him to be able to remove this Closed Coffins in response to me doing this. I think we probably just about locked him out here. No, I don't think Closed Coffins is a main deckable card. It doesn't impact the board. I really only want it in these high impact matchups against these Crusader decks. The Crusader decks are pretty much the only matches where I want these, and I've only got 2 of them, because drawing multiples is pretty awkward. Whoa! What a savage. That is something I should have been aware of. Wow! Ugh. Okay then. Well, now we could be in trouble. I just hit him with both of these, right? I think I'm supposed to block here. Oh wait, what? Oh, I'm an idiot. I don't know why I thought one of those was a king. Alright, what are we doing here? Definitely playing that. Am I playing this and just hoping to race him? Yeah, I think I'm just playing this and hoping to race him. Man, I thought we were going to get this one. Yeah, Grove Warden's a beating. Okay, he bricked on that. Man, he's got Winds of Change too? Okay. Mistress of Bones. Nah, Extinction's still pretty alive here. We're really bad at hitting Extinction in my top whatever number of cards. It's a Wind of Change, sorry. Can I just draw a second Extinction, please? Are we dead in the air? I guess I do this, and hope that we hit one of the spiders we put in his deck. It has Crush? I should read their cards. See if you got the little fist symbol there. So I block here. Alright, we got a spider. So I block here. I block here, block here, and I'm dead exactly because of my crush mess up from last turn. Yeah, so he just attacks with everything and I die. I'm dead to attack with all because of my crush fumble last turn. Man. Okay, look at that. I figured out the line. Yeah, so my fumble last turn cost me. We're taking 8, 9, 10. And I'd be up 2 points of life exactly if I would have blocked right last turn. Wow, yeah, that's close. Yeah, I'd have been up 2 points of life. This is probably going to be a rough time to find a match because the Lixil just started. I mean, my out was that because I blocked poorly the previous turn because this thing had crush. I also blocked poorly the turn before that because I counted. I thought my 2/2 power guys were going to trade with his 3/5. Need to slow down and count through things. So I'd have been up a chump blocker there, and I'd have been up, yeah. Shouldn't have played out the second closed coffins into his Grove Warden. Not that that one ultimately ended up mattering. Go first. Good aggressive curve. Prince into Corpse Law here. Turn for champion ability off of this. It's a good one to have in our hand early. He's playing Bloodwild Zorath, it looks like. I think he's on a Horrors of War deck. We'll see. Let's hit him with this. See what we get. Hey, Bloodstone. Trade with my Corpse Fly? Sure. Oh, and a Rotcast, sure. That makes sense. Spent a Rotcast on that and not my Prince sounds great. Oh, that's basically I think I'm just gonna go ahead and Hero Falls Rabbit here. So long, rabbit, smiled friend. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Sure. Probably just jamming this Gal's Gas and getting our race on. Oh, I guess we couldn't do that for a turn anyways because it costs 6. Let's just do this. Crunch. There's the Horrors of War, so he has a Horrors of War deck. Well, hopefully he doesn't have another one in his hand, because Horrors for 3 would be... Alright, he's got his Malice. That's pretty good. Not sure why he did that without getting a point of damage in. Let's play this, and I'm just going to go ahead and play this gas and put him on, make him have a removal. Got a Bloodstone out of him. Okay, Extinction's good for him here. Yep. We would like to the Malice of our own so we can start drawing multiple cards as well. Would be nice. Possible I'm supposed to wait a turn on that? Not sure. The fact that he's got his Malice online before we do is pretty rough. This build is neat. Nope, you're not missing anything. Those are the only options. It's part of the balancing of the shards is giving them different things they can and can't do. Alright, well, he needs another extinction here. It's pretty good. Probably killing a vampire, I assume. Does he have something else with speed? He keeps sacrificing these dreadlings before he's attacked with them. He's missed like 2 points of damage already. Bloodstones are a mixed bag. Like, they're nice to draw something off of his deck, but the fact that they are making he's not drawing a shard for the turn feels bad. It's Grunting. As Grant's gift has the create a troop gem in it, so when he puts a zombie into play, they create a troop and puts it in his hands. It's a really sweet kind of engine. If we hit Malice, we could win the game in a huge way. It's Horrors of War, he's winning the game in a huge way. Okay, gonna need a live draw here. That's not exactly what we're looking for. I'm just gonna go ahead and concede. This game's not gonna end for a little while, but we're basically out of it at this point. I just mean as opposed to not milling anything at all. I'm not saying if it was a non-shard in the context of he could be just drawing nothing at all. That's what I mean by that. Closed Coffins actually seems really good because it keeps all of his troops out of his crypt. Vile Fang doesn't seem particularly great. Maybe I don't want an extra Gemborn Prowler. That's probably fine. I want a couple Inquisitions. Probably one Extinction as a catch-up card, though, so let's just submit like this. Mulligan, one shard. Medium keep. Being the first one to get your Malice online is pretty big. He has the Blood Splash, so he has the upside that he's able to interact with Constance, and we're not, so something to watch out for. Malice on 2, pretty good. Corpse Fly. I'm gonna play the Princess out first, just like makes him have a removal spell, otherwise he just can steal actions out of his hand. Still gonna have cards in hand for Corpse Fly to take next turn. Okay, is this into Rock Cast? Oh, okay. Maybe he just doesn't have actions in his hand. Or he's just hoping to dodge. Survey says... Shard rats. Alright, let's play this. What you got? This card said Blood Shard. Maybe I should have done that first. I did the second because I didn't want him to just be able to discard an action that we could potentially hit, but maybe if he's discarding an action out of his hand, we're happy with that decision regardless. Could definitely be the case. I think if it was right to sequence it that way last turn, it's right to sequence it that way this turn. No Rock Cast again? Runeir, Hierophant, sure. You discard a card. So now he's got the option to start drawing 2 cards a turn and gaining 2 life. EK, sure. That's pretty awful for us. And now this has to attack in. So, yeah, I think I'm just playing this and getting my attack on. This has to attack, so this is like dealing 2 to him. And he's gaining 2 a turn, so we're basically just stalled here. And he's drawing 2 cards a turn while we're stalled, so probably dead. Malice or Hero Fall. We have our own. I don't even know if I'm supposed to have played that there. He probably is okay extinctioning at this point, in all honesty. Yep. Yeah, I think he was probably okay extinctioning before. Malice would be nice. Oh, it's like the only. Maybe we should have 4 of those in our deck. Let's just call this a day. Let's try one more of these before we call it a casual 0-3 done with the deck. Looks like the format. This was one of the better performing decks in the CCS, so I would not be surprised if the format's thoroughly adjusted for it. Hope everyone's having a good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for joining us here. We battle some Hex TCG today. Glass with the 6-month resub. Welcome back. Vote for what you want to see after this match. Rematch against Future here. Hey, look at that. We have our Malice early. Sign me up. Double Princess in hand is really awkward. Extinction's okay. I think I'm just casting Arachnophobia here. Get some cards out of his hand. Domafon, I wrote, or whatever your username is, I can't pronounce that, hexprimal.com. I wrote an article detailing the tiers of the different decks on there last week. 2 weeks ago? It's been a little while now, I guess. It's still current, still relevant after the Hex CCS, or the Radiant Rumble. Super awkward. Just needed a shard there. I also want to be familiar with Hex. Alright, sweet. So we've got this online. So let's just get this into play. So we can play this Vampire King out. Attack for 1 with our unblockable dork. Well, hopefully he doesn't take a Vampire Princess out of our hand here. Coin flip to do so. So long, Vampire Princess, my old friend. Yeah, I'm just gonna sacrifice this to try and hit a shard to play one of these. Hopefully that. Okie doke. Attack with this before I sacrifice to try and find a shard. One of those, the game's not over, but it's mostly over type moments. I think I want Rotcast. Vampire Princess seems mean. I'm gonna trim 2 of those. Vilefang Emirate doesn't seem particularly exciting. One Gemborn Prowler's probably fine. I will say this, I plan to play Limited if we play Future for a 3rd time in a row after this match. The repairings have been really frustrating lately. Hopefully they change that in the next patch. It really shouldn't repair you against the same person immediately after you've played, in my opinion. Sure, sounds reasonable. Probably playing Vampire Prince on 2 so you have a chance to draw blood shards off their deck. Prince of his own. Probably hero falling that. Guess I just offer the trade here. I'm gonna offer the trade. Let's just do that. We hit another shard, so takes the trade. Play Corpse Fly. Yeah, I'm aware that the Lixil tournament's going on, but it doesn't change the fact that it shouldn't repair you immediately. Like, if it sat there and waited for, 3 or 4 minutes and then said, hey, the only people queuing right now are Future and Jeff, and go ahead, but it really, in my opinion, should not queue you immediately with the person you just played. Alright, well, we'll take a Relentless Corruption since his hand is just mono hero falls in that. 25th shard, maybe. Sure, but like I could manually adjust it, but then like why that's something the system should do. It's not something that I should have to wait for them to do. Hey, look at that. It's his turn to stumble and die. Alright, so let's do this. Let's do this. Probably because I clicked past it. I'm feeling really sloppy today. Boop. Boop. Outplayed him there thoroughly. Well, he missed his 3rd shard for infinite turns. Yeah, I think this board plan is fine. It's the same amount of damage because we have a dormant one in play, Immortals. If you want to suspend a removal spell by Giant Corpse Fly, that's also fine. Hand seems fine. A little soft to hero fall with double prints, but That one wasn't actually just a mistake. That one was, it was actually irrelevant. It's possible that close hands like this are supposed to be mulligans just because they don't have Malice in it. And Malice is just like the most important card to have. Dallin Breck with the 4-3 sub, a third of a year. Welcome back. Yeah, but I'm fine. God damn it. I'm fine with him spending removal on a giant corpse fly is the why that decision's okay. That's not a decision. In fact, I just said that. Maybe you have a lot of delay. Apologies if you do. But if he spends a removal on the giant corpse fly to save 3 points of damage, that's fine. Because then he spent a removal spell on a giant corpse fly that already took a card away from him. No, I don't think so. I think a lot of the time he probably doesn't want to spend removal on a Vampire Prince anyways, because it's just not particularly threatening. Yeah, it doesn't seem particularly interesting. His deck probably has a little bit more game to it since it has the Wild Splash for. He probably has removal for the Malice. It's possible I'm supposed to board down to 3 princes just because it's not stellar in the matchup in general, and it leaves us open to blowouts like what we just had happen. Hey, maybe we'll be the one with the Vampire King that he has to attack into for a change. If he has another piece of spot removal here, he has to use it. And that means our Gallows Gas is likely to be able to get in. Description, sure. Block. Hopefully this takes a troop out of his hand and he doesn't have an extinction. There's Malice. Ding. Guess we'll attack with everything first. I'm gonna leave the corpse fly back. Yeah, let's just crunch. Yeah, definitely. Completely agree that that is more of a hero fall target than a Vampire Princess. Oh yeah, leaving this back is dumb because this gets guaranteed bigger off of this. Yep, like I said, he's got that splash, so he gets to go ahead and get this kind of value. Destroy my constant draw card. Is he just dead to this, though? Play something, rats. Alright, hopefully this steals the game. Zoop zoop. No hero fall one time? Every time hero fall? Gemborn Pro. Oh god! Oh, that's probably our Gemborn Prowler. I was like, there's no way he boards in Gemborn Prowler against our 2 Gallows Gas, but he Relentless Corruption us. Wow, what a savage blowout. Come on, show me the Gemborn Prowler at least. It has the hero fall too. Oh, God bless. God bless. Yeah, they're gone. I get it. We're dead. Okay. We're good. We hit another Malice. Relentless Corruption for 3. Yep. That one's only 2, right? I wish I knew. Dude, I don't really think I care about anything other than a flying troop at this point that has life drain, so let's just hold this. I'll kill that in response. he's dead in 2 to this in a dream world where he has nothing. Oh, we knew he had the hero fall, right? No, that was another hero fall that he drew because he hero falled our Vampire King. Right. That's not Zenthos Malice. Alright, and he's got a Gemborn Prowler next turn that we know about that came out of our deck, so... it's got speed and whatnot. Hopefully he doesn't attack with us. If he attacks us, it means he has another threat. Sweet. Alright, removal is also good now. Okie doke. That's true. He does have eggs in our deck, doesn't he? Alright, well, he's still just missing as well, so... First to Malice wins. Okay. He is a 3, I guess. We've got that going for us. Yeah, second banner's okay. It's still probably first to Malice wins the game. Trade, or trade chump, trade eat. Alright, no removal? No removal? Is that his 5th hero fall? Because I think he took one from us. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, just 4 of them. Okay. Okay, well, we're hitting him for 1 next turn. Oh, you know what? I should have done this. I should have done that post-combat, I think. Because if he had a removal spell in his hand, he might not play it on one of these, and he definitely would have. So yeah, I should have done that post-combat. Didn't punish us, thankfully. Vampire Prince, yep. So we would like one of those live draws our deck has. One point short. Did I miss a point of damage somewhere? I probably missed a point of damage somewhere this game, I'm sure. He drew a threat too. And milled our Malice! Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Oh, that's enough of that. Alright, let's play...